We are starting with a new topic, which is SIM. Very important topic from blue teaming point of view. So, anyone, any ideas what is SIM without Googling or searching anywhere? Do you know what is SIM? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've had an opportunity to work with Microsoft Sentinels.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Microsoft
it pretty
Sentinel.
much records. I mean,
Uh-huh.
anything with SOC, like security operations, like you'll see everything's a dashboard. You'll see you can configure it your
Uh-huh.
way, XDR or Defender for endpoints, but like you'll have everything all the same place.
Uh-huh. Right. So you worked with Microsoft Sentinel, right?
I did, yeah, I had to configure.
Uh-huh. Okay. Before jumping on to definition directly, let's start with an example, something which we always do. Now consider you are at a airport, okay? Take airport or a shopping mall, or maybe a stadium, a sports stadium, anywhere where you have multiple CCTV cameras, okay? Maybe 100, 200. Let's take a mall. You have 500, 400 CCTV cameras placed all over the mall, okay? And you are from the security team. How many security guards would you need to watch all those cameras? If you have 400, 500 securities placed all over the mall, or you call it airport, anywhere. How many security guards would you require to watch all the CCTV cameras at the same time? What do you think? How will you plan? You're on mute if you're speaking.
You just see the the cameras. That what's going on.
Yeah, you just have to see all the cameras at the same time. You have placed around 500, 400 cameras. How much
Mhm.
uh, team or what is the quantity of team that you require to look into these cameras at the same time? Because at least I am sure of one thing, that one person cannot look into so many cameras, of course. So what is the team that you need? Number of people. How much should be the count according to you?
Any guess? Maybe 50 people.
50 people. Okay. 50 people, 500 cameras. Okay. Some will say 100, some will say 200, right? Exactly. Now imagine if 200, 300 people are sitting in that one cabin and watching into that cameras. That's
Yes.
practically not possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine something unusual happens at every corner of that mall. At the entrance, some glass is broken. Someone is trying to steal a mobile phone from a digital store. Someone is trying to store grocery. There is a fight going on second floor. Someone is trying to enter the restricted room. Some kids are just running through the emergency exit. Some of them are playing with fire extinguisher. Now, will a security guard notice everything or watch everything that is going on these 500 cameras? What do you think? Probably not, right? So, what does this shopping mall or airports or this stadium people they do? They have a smart monitoring system. They install a smart monitoring system. Now, this system doesn't replace the cameras. No, cameras are mandatory there. Instead, what they do, it watches all the cameras continuously and immediately alerts the security team when it notices something is wrong, something is
Conflict.
suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
That smart monitoring system is exactly what SIM does in our cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is a SIM? There is a good definition of SIM. You can just note it down if you want. It is a, I'll add those points here. Consider it like a procedure or a tool. SIM is a security tool that collects logs from different devices. It analyzes them. It identifies any suspicious patterns or activities that are there, and it alerts the security team if something unusual happens. That's it. So there are multiple roles being played here by SIM tool. Now let's understand the problem first. What is happening? How many devices now? Let's take from company's point of view. Okay, let's keep that shopping mall, airport, all these things away. Let's take company. Let any MNC or maybe a startup where you will be working. How many devices can a company have? It can have maybe some laptops, computers. There will be servers, switches, routers, firewalls. What else can be there in company environment? What do you think? There can be VPNs, email servers, cloud servers, any application. So many things are involved, right? Desktops, computers, monitors. So tell me one thing. Do you think all these names that I mentioned right now, do they generate logs?
If you
No.
enable it, they do.
Yeah.
If you enable the policy,
Mhm,
or if you config the policy and push it to the machines.
mhm. Now, if you're working in a company, if you're working in a MNC, mid-sized company, whatever it is, all the assets that are part of that company, if they are being used, definitely they are going to generate some logs. Every second, every minute, every hour, thousands and thousands of logs. Even the machines that you are using right now, do you think they generate logs?
The
What do
event
you think?
ID, yeah, event ID, you'll see everything.
Yes, it
Event queue.
does. The device you're using, how many of you know what is a log? Let me start with the basic question first. Do you know what is a log?
Activities.
Activities.
Activities. Okay. Let's understand log first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a diary. How many of you have a habit of writing a diary? Right? Journaling, diary. So before jumping on to see SIM, let's understand what is a log first. Imagine you have a diary and you write everything in it, that you woke up at 7 a.m., you went to office, you had lunch, you came back home. That diary records everything that you did. So the computer that you're using, it also has its own diary. Whenever something happens, it just write it down in that diary that the user has logged in. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he entered a incorrect password. That password was successfully entered. You connected a USB, you opened Chrome browser, you deleted some files, you restarted the system. All these activities are
Goes into log.
noted. These records are called as logs.
Mm.
Okay, so a log is nothing but a simple record of an activity or an event that happened on your computer or any networking devices. So there is one thing called as Windows Event Manager. We'll be learning this thing later on. Just telling you that your Windows device has this notebook, the diary that we mentioned, Windows Event Where he notes down everything that you do on your device. We'll be learning about this later on. So clear what is log? Now in organizations, as I mentioned, servers, desktops, switches, routers, applications, all of them they will also generate logs every minute, every second, every hour. There are thousands of logs to be managed. Now these logs are coming from every device, and you need now if there are 1000 computers, each computer generating 10,000 logs every day, how are you going to calculate it? 10,000 into 1000 goes up to 10 millions, 10 millions of log every day. Can a human read 10 million of logs every day?
No.
No. This is where SIM comes into picture. What will SIM do? SIM will now whenever these devices, your firewalls, antiviruses, database, cloud, servers, every one of them they send logs to one central place. That central place is SIM. One centralized place. All these devices are sending logs to only one centralized place. Which is that place? SIM.
Fine.
So instead of checking 20 different systems, that security team only opens one dashboard and everything is visible there. Those 10,000, 10 million logs, whatever they are, all of them are visible at one single place. Okay. So SIM stands for Security Information and Event Management.
Mm.
Okay. Now let's try to break this term security. Security, information, event and management. Now what do you mean by security? It is related to cyber security, nothing complicated. Let's keep it very simple. Security means it is related to cyber security.
Cybersecurity. Okay.
Information means what? Information means logs. Just remember this. Logs. Whenever you hear information, think of collected logs. Okay?
We call it data too. On
Yeah. Call it data, call it logs collected from devices at one
devices.
centralized place. Okay. Event. Now, what is the event? Students they usually get confused here. Events means something that happened.
Happens.
Okay. Example, user logged in. It's an event. Password failed. It's an event. USB connected. Event. File deleted. Event. Virus detected malware. Event.
Mm.
So something that is happened or something that happened, that is an event. Last thing, management. Managing all these logs, collect them, store them, search them, analyze them,
Bring it
generate
to one.
alerts from it. That is management. Why do we have management people? Why do we have technical people in companies? Technical people are the one who works on it, right? They are the troubleshooters. But why do we need management people, the higher position people? Why do we need managers? Let's keep it simple. Why do we need managers in companies? They are going to manage the resources, right? For example, we have a team of 5 members. Tomorrow, 3 of them left the organization. What will manager do? He'll post a job requirement, right? In the market. He'll try to take on 3 new members in the team. So he's managing your team. He's collecting them. He's storing them. He's assigning them work. That is what management people do, right? Managing assets, managing employees, resources. Same thing SIM is doing. It is collecting your logs, storing them, searching them, analyzing them, generating alerts from it. Everything from a one centralized storage. That is SIM. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So technically, SIM will do few things for you. First of all, collecting logs. Write it here. This is the first job of SIM. SIM collects logs from every devices. Windows, Linux, firewalls, routers, switches, cloud, any VPN, antivirus, basically everything. Then it will store those logs. Collect those logs, store them. Why? Because 6 months later, if someone will ask who logged into this server on uh, 5th of January 2026, SIM can answer looking into the logs. Do you know there are audits happening in the companies? Do you know what is an audit?
Yes.
What people usually do in audit?
So check the data,
Mm-hmm.
verify them, analyze them.
Okay.
Checking if
And how
the
frequently?
right processes have been followed.
Mm-hmm. How frequently do you need audits in companies?
Quarterly, maybe a monthly.
I
Mm-hmm.
there's monthly audit, and also there's 3 months. They do it six
Mm-hmm.
months as well.
Depending on the size.
Quarterly audit. There is mid-year audit. Like mid-year means 6 months. There is annual audit within a year. It depends from company to company. Now, what this audit people does, or they just try to see if your company, your organizations is abiding those compliance or not, right? Now, if something suspicious activity was performed 4 months, 5 months ago, so they'll look into the logs. Now, server is something that you don't usually log into every day, but there were few logs which were missed on the server 4 months, 5 months ago. Later on, you come to know that okay, there was some suspicious activity performed on this server. Let's check the logs. Therefore, you need to store these logs properly, right? Because if these logs are not stored, will you be able to find out who logged into this server? No. Will you be able to investigate the issue? No. Your storing is also important. It's called retention of logs. Okay, I'll come to that part later on. Retention. Right now, just keep it simple. Storing logs. Okay, that is the second thing it does. Now, after storing, what should be done? Analyze those logs. What do you mean by analyze or analysis of logs?
Like
Yes.
see of any suspicious events.
Mhm. Analyzing means technically looking at it, playing with it.
Yep. Mhm.
This is where your intelligence starts. Suppose you enter or suppose user enters a wrong password once. This is normal. Twice, still okay. Thrice, okay, let's consider thrice as well. But 1000 failed login attempts, do you think it is normal? No, this is suspicious. SIM will notice this pattern. Saraswati logs in from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. One random day, she logs in at 2 a.m. at night, and there are 1000 suspicious activities or 1000 failed login attempts from her device. This is abnormal, right? Not her daily behavior. SIM will notice this pattern. Immediately, SIM will raise an alert. That is what analysis of logs means. Okay. And once this is done, SIM is going to generate alerts. So once suspicious activity is detected, SIM eventually sends the alert. Now, who is going to see this alert? Where are
Cybersecurity
these
analyst.
cybersecurity analysts? We call them SOC people in our day-to-day, um, you know, uh, roles. We have SOC team, Security Operations Center. These are the ones who are looking into this alerts every day. So in blue teaming, you also have a profile called SOC, SOC L1, L2, L3, threat hunters, incident responders. It's a team of defenders. So the one who always looks into this kind of alerts, they are SOC people. There is one statement which is mentioned in the job description of SOC: 24 by 7 eyes on glass monitoring. I repeat, 24 by 7 eyes on glass monitoring. That is a requirement for this job, SOC. It doesn't mean you have to sit 24 by 7 in front of that glass. Of course, you have a shift of 9 hours only. Someone else will replace you after your duty is done. You're continuously monitoring the systems and your security environment. That is requirement of SOC. What does this team monitor? If someone has multiple failed logins, maybe somewhere malware is detected, some admin account was used or it was created. Now Saraswati is supposed to log in from USA, right? Suddenly her location shows Russia. Tomorrow it will show India. Day after tomorrow it will show Russia. Not possible. So user logged in from another country, that geolocation changes. Those things will also generate alerts. So once suspicious activity is detected, immediately your SOC team is onto it to investigate the issue. Okay. And last part, it helps you with investigation. Suppose if something goes wrong, company gets hacked, management will ask how it happened, what happened. So you'll have to refer to those logs. So that SIM allows your analyst, your SOC team, to go back through all the historical data that is there and reconstruct them in a sequence of events. Okay, that hacker attacked on this server, this was the entry point at that time, etc., etc. Like an investigation. It helps in investigation. If I give you a real-time example, what happens in companies? Now imagine you have already heard or you have read about the Sony hack, right? Imagine a company receives a phishing mail. What happens is maybe at 9 a.m. that company received an email. And employee, he was just looking at his emails. Employee receives that email. Email server creates a log that okay, at 9 a.m. there was a phishing mail received. At 9:01, employee clicks on that phishing link and browser creates a log for it. At 9:02, some malware was downloaded because of that phishing link was clicked. Windows is going to create a log for it. 9:03, antivirus detected that suspicious activity. It is going to create a log. 9:04, firewall. It notices unusual traffic. 9:05, SIM receives logs from all the system, your antivirus, your firewall, your Windows, email server, everything. And then it tries to correlate them. It relates with each other. Okay, these are the sequence of activities. And then it concludes that these events are related and may indicate a phishing attack. Look into this immediately. These alerts are sent to SOC team. And without SIM, this log would remain scattered across different systems. You can never relate different systems at the same time. So you need one centralized place to correlate these logs. Because without SIM, it will be much harder for you to see the full picture, what exactly is going on. Are you going to go to every single device to pull that log? No. How many devices, how many assets you have? Are you going to go to router and then jump onto email server, then check the firewall logs, antivirus logs? No, need one centralized place. Without SIM, every team will have to collect this individually. Firewall, Windows, Linux. Check with each team for the logs, collect them, correlate them. Gets very difficult. With SIM, everything is coming at one place. So do you think SIM will prevent attacks?
No.
No,
Why?
because it only monitors.
Yeah, from monitors.
Yes, correct. SIM is not going to stop any cyber attack. It is just monitoring everything. It's like your CCTV camera, right? Is it going to stop that robbery? Is your CCTV camera going to stop that robbery in the mall? No. Is it going to stop that children running into emergency exit area? No. It's just detecting, it's just monitoring suspicious activity and it is alerting your security team. So there are some modern platforms, they can automatically respond to alerts when they are integrated with automation tools. But the core purpose of our SIM is detection, analysis, and centralized log management. Clear on this part? Is everything clear so far?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So we have some SIM tools, market standard tools, which are required in cybersecurity, and there is a demand of these tools. And we have Splunk Enterprise Security, one of the major tool used everywhere. We are going to learn about Splunk. There is also Microsoft Sentinel, there is IBM QRadar, ArcSight, Logarithm. These are some tools, industry standard tools. And when you have them under your belt, it's going to give you good good points on your resume. So Splunk is one of the standard security SIM tool that we'll be learning starting next week. Look out for the installation. We'll go through the basics, and then it is expected that you don't miss out next week's sessions. Okay, very important. We'll be installing these things maybe the midweek, Splunk and all. Then we'll be starting with SPL. SPL is a language which is used to search and process there are queries that you have to write. We'll take 2-3 sessions on that maximum, and we'll learn Splunk in detail. That is our next week's plan. Okay. So these tools, why do we have different tools? You know the purpose. It's just like cars. We have Toyota, we have Hyundai, Honda, right? Mustang, whatever it is. Multiple car, multiple companies. What is the purpose? To travel. Same thing, to collect logs, to have SIM into picture. We have different market rivals. So Microsoft have their own product. IBM has their own product. All of them are serving same thing, SIM.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
You just mentioned about the Splunk next week, right? Just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure, like, do we need to have like any coding experience or anything to learn those, or because I
No,
don't have any experience like that?
nothing is required.
Okay, good to
Don't
know.
get worried about it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here to help you out because that is what I do, right? I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach non-technical students. So
Okay.
I understand that coding and all, as I mentioned, queries,
Right. Yeah, you
that
just
that
mentioned
that
about the
seems
queries, so that's what I was like a
uh,
little bit like scared. Okay.
everyone immediately goes into that suspicious mode. Oh, will I be able to do it? Don't worry. It's easy. You just have to practice it a lot. Okay, once
Okay.
that topic is clear, once you understand what purpose it serves, it gets very easy.
Okay. Sure. Thank
And
you.
learning any language is now, as I mentioned, we are going to learn SPL, which is a part of Splunk. Learning any language at the start, it's very easy when you know the fundamentals and all, but until and unless you practice it, get your hands dirty with it, what will happen? You are learning it at the start of the session, right? Here we are at 1 month or something like that. After 3 months, if you don't revise it daily or maybe weekly, after 3 months you'll be like, oh, what is SPL? What is SIM? There's a big question mark in front of you that you haven't revised it. So keep revising the topics. That is the best solution to learn cybersecurity.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry, we'll help you out there.
Thank
So
you.
is this SIM part clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that every digital device we know of, they are going to create logs, which are digital footprints for us. Organizations, they have thousands of logs generated every second, and it's impossible for our humans to check all the logs manually. Therefore, SIM automates this process for us. It will find patterns, it will raise alerts, and if something looks suspicious like a cyber attack or something, it's our duty to investigate it. So as I mentioned, log collection, event monitoring, alerting, then generating reports from it, storing of that data, all those things are done with the help of SIM. Any questions, any doubts, anything you want to ask? If no doubts, let me ask you a few questions and there are some misconceptions regarding SIM. So let's try to clear them.
Mm.
Do you know what is antivirus?
Yes.
What is antivirus?
Um, a software or a tool to prevent virus from entering a device.
Mhm. So is SIM a antivirus?
Not
No,
What do you
really.
think?
No,
No.
I don't.
It's not.
It's
no,
not. Answer is no.
no.
Antivirus is going to protect your endpoints. Endpoints means your computer, laptop, anything like that. SIM is going to monitor it. So
Monitor.
SIM is not a antivirus. That is one myth, one misconception usually people have. One I already asked you, is SIM going to stop the attacks? Answer is
No,
no.
no.
It is only going to detect and alert, not block them. It only works like a watchdog. It's not a bouncer to stop that attack. Do you think only big companies they use SIM?
No.
I think all size
Um,
companies use it.
Hmm. Even small companies they use SIM. Even if it is open source, they'll use it. Open source means contributed by everyone, like a free tool. You have some free SIM tools also. So companies, if they are not able to invest in this product at high level, they'll look out for open source SIMs. Okay. Next question. Can you tell me any three functionalities of SIM?
yes. Collect logs,
Hmm.
store logs, then analyze
Hmm.
them and
Generates alerts.
generate alerts.
Hmm.
And it helps in investigation.
Helps in investigation. Okay. Can you give me one example of log SIM might collect?
Any unusual activity,
Like,
Somebody logged
like
in like several
out of
times, but like
routine
out
thing.
of country or something like that.
hmm
Like logging from a different location, unusual
hmm
location.
Cross attacks.
hmm correct. Tell me, I'll give you options. Tell me which of the following is not a purpose of SIM. Okay. Option one, collecting logs. Option two, alerting on suspicious behavior. Option three, helping in security investigation. And option four, blocking malware in real time.
Four.
Option four.
Option four,
What was
it
the
does
third
not
one?
block. Hmm?
Can you please repeat the third one?
I think
Third one was helping in investigation, helping in security investigation.
It
Okay.
the
does.
second one you said like preventing malware, right?
It does not prevent malware, it detects it.
No, no. I mean
Preventing
the
is
option that you gave
option was blocking malware in real time.
of blocking
Yeah.
malware.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also no.
That's why Sir Bhushan is emphasizing on the same, because a lot of misconception that it is a tool,
Yes.
to prevent. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So everybody
That is what
got
I
the,
want.
yeah,
Hmm.
to understand everybody. Yes.
Do you think answer it true or false?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think SIM helps your organization to meet compliance and auditing requirements?
Well,
Yes,
Yeah.
somehow it does.
It does. Understand the question again. Organization meeting their compliance and auditing requirements. Now,
yes,
for example, a part of auditing requires to look at the history or to look at
Yes.
the log few months ago. Is your SIM helping them?
Yes.
Yes, because you're storing those logs, right? So it helps them. Answer is true here. Okay. SIM systems can automatically respond and block all threats. True or false?
False.
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 Only monitors.
Only monitors, right? So I believe this part of SIM is quite clear to you now. Okay. Do you have capacity to jump on to next part? We have some time left. So we'll start with core functionalities of SIM. Okay. Very important topic. Questions usually come on these things. Core functions of SIM. And these terms are a bit different from what we have learned. So high level overview of what we are going to learn. I'll just write it here. Where is our whiteboard? Here. I'll write it next to it so you can relate it. First one is log collection. Then we have normalization. Correlation. And we have alerting. Reporting. I'll write dashboard here. Dashboards and visualization I'll mention. Retention and storage, and then I'll write reports. And maybe compliance. Compliance. Okay, these are few functionalities that we are going to see, core functionalities of SIM. Now, if you see these things on the right hand side, you can correlate with this thing, but few terms are different. Like for example, normalization. You don't know what is normalization. It's not mentioned here, right? You don't know what is visualization, dashboard. These things are not mentioned here. Retention, as I mentioned, storing log and retention, both the same purpose, but we'll understand these terms. Now, what are these things? You just note these things down, okay? These are called core functions of SIM. Note these 7 points. You can avoid these things. That was just for you to understand SIM. These are the core functionalities, okay? You can avoid these things. Note it down. Let's go one by one. Now, as a habit, let's start with an example. Imagine there is a user who logs in the office network from Mumbai in India. 3 minutes later, another login happens from Canada. with same username. That shouldn't be possible, right? So this same tool that we use, the same tools see both the events. He will try to connect these dots and he will alert the security team immediately. That same user is trying to log in from different locations within a span of 3 minutes. That's how it saves your company from hacking or maybe stealing credentials. Now, there are multiple functionalities offered by SIM. The core functionality is what we call. First one we have is log collection. What means log collection? Log collection means gather everything first,
Mm.
no matter what the source is. It is laptop, computer, server, antivirus, email servers, cloud, anything. First thing, gather everything first. SIM collects data. That data is called as logs. You already have seen what logs is. Okay, so SIM collects data or logs from many sources. We have discussed all the sources as well. So what can be the type of log? It can be a system log, it can be network log, application log, anything. Collect it first. There are different tools which serve this log collection purpose. syslog, winlog, there is filebit, annex logs. So this uh, uh, log collection, it's an activity performed by some default tools on your devices. For example, I gave you an example of Windows Event Viewer, right? That is a tool provided by your Windows itself. It's an inbuilt tool. You don't need to install anything. We'll be learning this tool in detail later on. It's an inbuilt tool given by Windows to you. It is collecting logs for you. It's like journaling done by your computer. There is journal.ctl on Linux, again inbuilt thing to view live logs of your system. So that is collection of logs, gathering everything first at one place. Then normalization. This is a new term for you. Normalization, making it a normal. Speak one language. Write it in front of it. Speak one language. Imagine Aga understands Urdu, Suruchi understands Nepali, Roshan understands Marathi, Saraswati understands Hindi, and I'm trying to communicate with each of them individually in their own language. Now, if I start speaking Urdu, maybe Aga will understand it, Suruchi won't understand it, Roshan won't understand it. If I start speaking Marathi, Saraswati might understand it, Roshan and Aga might not understand it. So, look at the sources that you have. You have antivirus, you have email servers, laptops, desktops. When all these logs are coming from different sources, they will have their own formats, right?
Mm.
So you need one common format, one common language in order to interpret those logs. Because logs from different devices come in different formats. Normalization means converting those logs into standard format. This makes it easy for SIEM to analyze them together. That is what is normalization. Clear?
Yes.
That's normalization. Speak one language, right? Write it in front of it. Okay. Now correlation. Correlation means uh, connecting the dots.
Mhm.
Right? Oh, damn. I was on mute.
You were not audible.
Oh, what was the last statement you heard?
No,
Connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots. Okay. Maybe I accidentally pressed my headphones mute button.
Okay.
I was speaking here, and
Oh yeah.
when I asked question, no one was responding.
Oh
That is
wow.
when I came to know. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll get back to it. All right. Yeah, connecting the dots. Okay. So this correlation, this is heart of your sim. Correlation means when you link multiple events to detect a suspicious pattern. Now, for example, I was giving an example of um, me logging in from one location. Let's consider I'm logging from Mumbai. After 3 minutes, I'm logging from USA. So when I'm logging from Mumbai, that alert, it won't get generated. It's one single event can look innocent. Your failed login attempt. One single failed login attempt is okay. That looks innocent. But when you look it at pattern, when you try to detect some suspicious pattern out of it, that is where that might signal like an attack. For example, me logging in from Mumbai location. Okay, all good. But after 3 minutes, it shows Russia. After 5 minutes, it shows USA. Multiple locations. This is a suspicious pattern. So even though single log might look innocent, when you try to connect them together like dots, they might signal an attack. That is correlation. Clear?
can you give
Yes.
one example?
Sorry.
Can you give one more example for
One
correlation?
more example. Failed login is there. Should I explain failed login attempt?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm. You know what is brute force, right?
Yes.
When you try to have multiple failed login attempts. But let's say the first failed login attempt, will you think that is a suspicious pattern? Let's say Manju entered a wrong password accidentally. Her password was admin123. So instead of writing ADMIN, she typed ADMIM at 123. It was not done deliberately,
Right.
but you entered a wrong password, right?
Correct.
Your login will fail. Is this a suspicious pattern?
No.
No.
No, this is a single log. This is an innocent log, right? You haven't done it deliberately. You do it 2 times. Okay. But you do it 5 times. You do it 10 times. After a point, that sim is going to detect it, right?
Mhm.
How many wrong attempts are you going to give? So that sim tries to correlate those events. They try to connect it with dots. That is correlation. Clear?
Yes.
Geolocation, another example.
So it's
As
kind
I
of
mentioned.
related to like log collection, I guess, right?
Hmm?
It's kind of related to log collection, right?
Yeah, collection of logs. More of collection of logs and relating those events which occurred. Okay. Now, for example, I'll give you two instances. Okay. Let's try to understand this one. Let's say this is a admin's computer. Okay. Manju is our admin.
Mhm.
The first event says Manju logged into the admin,
Mhm.
or someone somewhere accessed her device and there was a successful login attempt. Let's say
Mhm.
her computer was hacked. From our point of view, we'll say that okay, it was Manju's device. She has successfully logged in. When there was a successful login, will there be any alerts generated?
Yeah.
No, right? This
Mhm.
is event number one. Okay, fine. Now event number two. After 5 minutes, what happens? Manju tries to access sensitive files. Now we know that Manju is admin, right? Is
Mhm.
this generating any alert?
No.
No, because you are an admin. There is no suspicious activity being performed. There was no failed login, but you are trying to access sensitive data. You are an admin, right? You have that access. You can do that.
Right.
Later on, event number 3, Manju tries to send this information or copy this sensitive information on her pen drive.
Yeah, there will be alert.
Now you correlate these events.
Okay.
She logged in, she searched for sensitive information, she fetched it, not even pen drive. Let's say you're trying to copy it into another folder which is outside your organization, like
Mm-hmm.
what you call it, Google Drive or something like that.
Right.
This is going to be a correlation, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
where attacking strategy comes into picture. Okay,
Okay.
she logged in, she searched, now she's exfiltrating that data. This term is called as exfiltration, data exfiltration. Okay, two technical term from
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity, that you're sending the information to the outside world. Now this complete log, this makes a sense. This looks like an attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you only look at this part, if you look at only this part, will that make a sense? No. Or maybe you erase this, you focus on the second point that was there, looking at the sensitive data. Will that make any sense? No.
No.
Therefore, connecting dots is important. That is
Okay.
what is called as correlation. Is it clear now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, alerting. Now, after correlation, we saw Manju performed 3 activities. You correlated those events. Now you know that that sensitive data is going outside our organization. This is the time to ring the alarm. That is what is alerting. Alerting means ring the alarm. When suspicious activity is detected, your SIM is going to send you a message or an email, like a notification. Display pops up on your dashboard and automatically a ticket is generated for your SOC team to investigate. That is what is alerting. So based on the type of alert, for example, if there is malware infection or data exfiltration, which I mentioned a few minutes ago, these are high types of alert. If a normal unusual logging is taking place at a unusual time, login attempt at unusual time, this is a low level alert. If there is a brute force taking place, that is a medium level alert. So based on alerts and types, based on the criticality of it, alerts are handled. You can relate this to CVSS. I'm not talking about the score, but just the priorities: high, medium, critical, low, whatever it is. So every alert will be given a priority, and based on that, you will have to troubleshoot or investigate the issue. That is alerting. Next one you have is dashboard and visualization. Now, this is where you see everything like a movie, not a movie, but pictorial, I would rather say. We have SIM tools like Splunk or Kibana, or maybe there is IBM QRadar. They display your data visually, like bar charts are there, pie charts are there, geo maps are there, right? Some of us, they like to have pictorial representation, easy to understand. As I mentioned, the higher management people. They are non-technical people. They are dumb people. They don't understand technical logs and all. Instead, you show them graphs, pictures, pie charts. It seems very intriguing to them. You just have to share PPTs with them. That is what we do. We share them this graphical information. And graphical information is much easier to understand, right? That is what visualization and dashboard is going to help you. Now for geolocation, the example that we had, let's say this is the globe. Okay, please tolerate my drawing. Okay, let's say this is the globe and something like this. Now for example, this is India. Okay, on that globe, and you see a dot here. This is the login attempt. It should be somewhere here from USA. We are showing this graphically, pictorially. That's it. No difference. Easy to remember kind of stuffs. Dashboard and visualization. Visualizing your logs, your data through charts or through maps, through pie charts, bar charts. That is called as visualization, dashboard. Because you want to look into this thing daily. Nobody wants that boring logs, lines and lines of information coming on your screen, right? You want good. Now, for example, if I log in every day at morning and I see this number of lines coming on my screen every day, after few days, I'll get bored, right? What is this written? Okay, these are the logs. I'll have to, focus on these lines and see what exactly each log means. But instead of that, if I have a bar chart like this, it shows failed login attempts. It will be easy for me to investigate, right? That is what this dashboard and visualization helps you with. Instead of this, you get this. It's a functionality of tool, core function, visualization and dashboard. Next one you have is retention and storage. This thing can be related to storing of your logs. Okay, keeping everything safe. Now SIM can store your logs for months, for years, depending on your needs. For compliance, for audits, if you want to store it for a year, you can keep it. For legal audit requirements, if you want to keep it, you can keep it. So these logs are properly indexed and searchable for forensic investigation. Indexed means you have seen books, right? Which is the first page of your notebook? It's index page. Why do you need index page? So that you can jump onto the exact topic whenever you want. Index page, you know the purpose. There is page number written, there is topic written. So with the help of that, you can jump onto the exact same page. So these logs are properly indexed and searchable for forensic investigation. So for if you are that there are two terms. We'll study about this later on. For example, if you're storing data for 30 days, that's called hot storage. If you're storing it for long time, maybe 6 months, 1 year, it's called cold storage, right? We use deep refrigerators. Why do we use them? Deep refrigerators, so that we can store that food item for a long time, right? Cold storage, cold archive, hot storage, few days. That is how you can relate it. We'll be seeing these terms later on in detail when we learn about Splunk. And last one that you have is reporting and compliance. Stay legal, look good. SIM generates automated reports for your auditing, for your external regulators like HIPAA, GDPR, PCI, DSS. These are compliance laws and regulations. So SIM will have pre-built templates for them for common frameworks. So for example, your monthly report of all failed login attempts for critical systems, you can generate it automatically with reporting and compliance. There will be PDF, you can send it via mails. If you have subscriptions, there are functionalities provided. Can do that. So that is reporting. Clear all these points? Anything here that you want me to repeat? This is very easy. Only these two terms are new. So just focus on these terms. Others you can relate it to these things. Normalization and correlation. These are only the new terms. Anything in these 7 points that you want me to repeat, let me know. Are these core functionalities clear?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you think you will be able to learn SIM looking at this part, whatever you have studied so far? Does it look like a big task or a bouncer that you're going to duck? It's easy, right? It looks easy at least. Don't get scared of Splunk and all SPL. It's no coding, nothing much is required. Only few commands that you have to type, you have to understand, and I'm going to help you with that. You are going to spend big um, 2-3 days of time learning that tool. That's ample time to understand that tool, basic functionality at least. And we'll be focusing on these parts: how to create dashboards, how to create alerts, how to create reports, pie charts, bar charts, all of these things. Okay, any doubts, any questions? If you have, feel free to ask. That's all for today's topic.